The purpose of this section is to familiarize you with the differences between temperature and heat. First, let's talk about temperature. Temperature is a measure of the hotness or coldness of an object. In the image with the people, we see that if the ambient temperature or temperature of the surrounding environment is 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, a person's core body temperature will be lower in their extremities. This is why you typically get frostbite in your fingers and toes before any other place in your body. Also notice how the temperature is higher in the person's core or where their heart and brain are located. As the ambient temperature warms up, then so does the person's body temperature, even in their extremities. There are many different ways that we can measure the temperature. First, we can use a thermometer to find the temperature. We can also roughly figure out a temperature of, say, steel by looking at what color is produced when it is heated. In this table, we see that when you are welding steel, the steel will appear white. If you are tempering it, then the color will appear darker, like dark red or purple. Another way we can find the temperature, although it may not be very smart, is to feel an object with your hands to determine if it is hot or cold. Again, you probably won't want to do this if you know the temperature is extremely hot or extremely cold. Last, you can find the relative temperature of a metal strip depending on if it expands or softens up. This is how a thermostat works. There is a thin bimetal strip that expands when it heats up. But since the strip is made up of two different metals, they expand at different rates, closing one circuit or another depending on the temperature. Let's take a look at the two main temperature scales. We are probably most familiar with the Fahrenheit temperature scale, but if we know the Fahrenheit temperature, we can convert into Celsius by taking 5/9 multiplied by the sum of the Fahrenheit temperature minus 32 degrees. Don't forget to use the parentheses when you type this into your calculator. On the flip side, if we know the Celsius temperature, we can find the Fahrenheit temperature by taking 9/5 multiplied by the Celsius temperature plus 32 degrees. There are a couple of key numbers to remember when we are looking at both temperature scales. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it boils at 100 degrees Celsius and 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's take a look at an example of one of these temperature conversions. We want to find the missing temperature in the color chart that we saw a couple of slides back for heat treating steel. The Fahrenheit temperature for heat treating steel was 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. If we want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, we will take 5/9 multiplied by the Fahrenheit temperature minus 32. Substituting in 1000 degrees Fahrenheit, we can type this in our calculators, and you should end up with 538 degrees Celsius. In the next video, we will take a look at heat.